stream, swimming towards a vicious dream. Don't you know we're the walking dead? Our lives were meant to be this bleak. Somehow they got into our heads. We're wide awake, yet still asleep. We're the walking dead. Fear and hatred, dull and jaded. It's all been debated and manipulated. Nothing's ever as it seems. We're bound to believe everything they scream. Don't you know we're the walking dead? Our lives were meant to be this bleak. Somehow they got into our heads. We're wide awake, yet still asleep. We're the walking dead. We're the walking dead. Oh, 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 oh. We're the walking dead. We're the walking dead. Oh, 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 oh. Highly sedated, intoxicated. We're automated and overpopulated. Don't you know we're the walking dead? Our lives were meant to be this bleak. Somehow they got into our heads. We're wide awake, yet still asleep. We're the walking dead. We're the walking dead. Oh, 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 oh. We're the walking dead. We're the walking dead. Oh, 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 oh. struggle to survive, and you're still alive. flaming swords, a vicious dream. Don't you know?
Finally, had to hit the unmute buttons this big on my computer, and I'm like, all right, hi everyone, welcome to Vengeance and Vaulderie here on TTRP Theater, where I always make tiny little mistakes that annoy me that none of you probably notice very much at all. But, oh my god, I am so excited. Our closed captions are working right now as they're happening. This is amazing. I will assume this is all CT's responsibility. Thank you. I'm very excited for that. Just FYI, I'm the vampire interpreter. That's because I'm actually a sign language interpreter for the deaf. I've posted some of my videos on my personal Facebook, and then I've had a couple people say, like, oh, where are the captions? And luckily, we were able to get those videos captioned automatically because, oh my god, it is a huge process to do manually. But automatics are what we've got, and it was always kind of important to me that we can get people watching it live with captions. So there it is. Now I'm going to wonder how it butchers me saying something. Let me see what it says when I say the Sabbat. Thank you, everyone, for sticking around for my experiment here. It says butchers. Oh, it just skipped that word. It was just like, no, whatever. All right, it had no idea. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, the closed captions are doing well. Thank you, anyone. Back on track. Sorry about that. So, welcome to Vengeance and Vaulderie. This is episode 5. I don't really have a fancy title for this one. So, here we go. Let's see who do we got in the house here tonight. A lot of people I'm recognizing. I think we got Nox Eternus out there. We may or may not see them. I don't know. Apacho's here. Who else do I recognize? Matt Stormcrow. I don't know that person at all. Zinthar, I saw you last time. Welcome. T-Dorf, always in the house. And a lot of our cast members, I'm sure, are watching. So, thank you, everyone. And Dracula. We got Dracula in the house as well. So, oh yeah, I'm glad everyone's enjoying the closed captions. If they're for you, I'm excited. If they're not for you, I think you can turn them off, but it's just great that they're there. Okay. Enough about me geeking out on that stuff. Let's go ahead and get started. Welcome to episode 5. We got a couple of special guests tonight. Stick around to see who they are. A couple twists and turns, and literally one of my players came up with an idea, and we brought in an extra guest, and I had to change some stuff up. So let's see what happens. But let's go ahead and introduce ourselves, plug anything that we want, and maybe tell us about our favorite thing, not the last episode, but it wasn't last week. We had to cancel last minute. A lot of things came up, and it was just better for everyone that we did that. So, again, I'm the Vampire Interpreter. You can find me on Instagram as Vampire Interpreter. If you're enjoying our stuff, I do so many streams, it's kind of hard to mention. If you want to jump over to Zweihander RPG, you'll see me every other Wednesday running Van Helsing 1776. Tons of fun. Other than that, right now I'm just streaming here. The alternating Wednesdays we have Star Trek and many other things on this channel that not even just me that I do. So enough with me. Let's jump over to that was Darcy. All right, Darcy, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, plug something, and tell me your favorite thing about last episode.
My name's Jamie Wooser. You can check me out on Instagram under Danny Vigilante. From there, you can find my new music project, Witch Hands. We're on Facebook, Bandcamp. If you're into post-punk, death rock, we got a vibe you might be into. As for last episode, my favorite moment was the very last one when I was speaking with Nova, and she had forced me to do something I as a character and I as a player didn't want to do at all, but even more at that moment when she kind of forced the truth out of me. So it was beautiful.
All right, and let's jump down to Mother Lillian. Mother Lillian, why don't you go ahead, introduce yourself, plug anything you'd like, favorite part about last episode.
Hi, my name is Ember. I play Mother Lillian here at the TTRP Theater. And you can find me on Instagram at IsleyLillianEmber. As far as plugging goes, please check out all of my other castmates. Please, they have many different projects going on. We have an author, we have a musician, we have, gosh, Adam does so much. You guys just need to check out everyone and support everyone. That's the biggest thing that I could plug here. Best thing about game last time, the ending. Like, all of a sudden, we're turning in the Book of Nod, and what just happened? Ugh. Such a betrayal. Can't wait to see what happens.
See, I always like to plan on cliffhangers. Wait, just buckle up, Ember. Just buckle up. We got a couple more fun twists and turns along the way. And we'll jump over to, in a small way, the star of our show, or at least the audience. I would say the audience is sitting in the seat next to you on the roller coaster, Nova. Nova, why don't you introduce yourself, plug something, and tell me your favorite part about last episode.
Hello, everybody. My name is Rachel. You can find me on Instagram as the Peacock Vampire. As mentioned, I'm the author, so you can find my book, Mystic Point by R.C. White, on Amazon. Would super appreciate it if you left reviews, because that always helps me. And favorite thing from last week, aside from the reveal with Solomon on the dance floor, having that confrontation with Darcy and being like, I have some cards now too, was kind of a really fun moment, and I'm looking forward to exploring the new power dynamic now that the truth is out there.
All right, let's jump over to the amazing Lydia. Why don't you go ahead, introduce yourself, plug something, and tell me what you enjoyed most out of last episode.
Hi, my name is Ty. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Hey Tyler Gray. I have a lot of, or I'm trying to put a lot of photo shoots of my LARP and RPG characters on there, but with the world opening up, I'm going to be cosplaying a lot in the second half of this year. I'm going to conventions, and I'm really obsessed with Genshin Impact right now, so you can look forward to that, as well as the games that I'm doing on TTRP Theater and the Zweihander RPG channel. Favorite part of last game, I think I have to agree, is just Darcy's confrontations with everyone, me and Nova. Like, it's just like you're kind of figuring out a little bit more about him, and he's not just the sweet talking Southern, babe you think he is.
All right, and last but certainly not least, coming back to us this week after your week off, so that, well, I guess turned into 2 weeks off. There you go, Maya. Maya, why don't you introduce yourself, plug something if you'd like, and tell me your favorite part of either last episode or the episode that you were in last.
Hi, my name is Tomi. One day I might pay attention to social media, but until then, you can find me on Discord as Tomi on TTRPG.com. The Discord channel, that one. And Ember said everything I was going to plug, in that everyone else here is who you should be plugging because they all have lots of projects. And then everyone then stole my compliment for Darcy last game, who just pretty much his look, his mood, his manipulating, the way he gambled at the end with like how he got exposed. But also, I'm very proud of Nova for finally like getting away from the whole manipulation seduction thing and just stop playing with her food and eating. I'm so proud of her.
All right, and half the fun is everyone learning. Okay, so that's our regular cast. We have 2 guest stars you will see here tonight. They may or may not be around for the end to plug, but go ahead and check them out. It's not like it's a big surprise. I talked about it earlier. We have Catherine returning as Wilhelmina, and the Inquisitor is our favorite, Jonathan. You can find Wilhelmina, Catherine, at Small Fry on Instagram, and some form of Nox Eternus for Jonathan pretty much anywhere. I know for sure on Instagram because I tagged them earlier on the picture. So there we go. That's their little thing. And I just don't know if we'll have time, if they'll be sticking around for the chat at the end. So let's go ahead and get started. We've got a nice size here tonight. Nice size crowd. I hope you guys enjoy it. We would probably play this game anyway without you. We just decided to get a little bit more extra. And I bring in other people to play NPCs because it's boring after a while to watch me talk to myself. So I like hearing the sound of my own voice, but that would probably get kind of boring. Let's go ahead and get started, shall we? Now that I'm actually on the spot, how do I want to open this up? You know what? The first thing we're going to do is we're going to find out what Maya has been up to. Because we, of course, have to come up with some excuse why Maya wasn't here. Tell me you weren't particularly feeling up to it. That's okay. Everyone has lives, but that always makes up something creative for me to come up with last minute. So, your character has made an arrangement because you were trying to find more about what's happening within your clan in the Black Hand and trying to find kind of this cryptic message that was left to you. What is the meaning of? And you were searching for the Reckoner, who has been kind of you have learned a little bit about who that is, but not much. You are going to meet Cassandra, a deep Black Hand agent. And as I say that, actually, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead. Oh, no. Let me see if I can click and fix this, guys. Sorry. We're just going to go ahead and do it right here because I am so good. Fixing names last minute. Oh, of course, I spell it wrong. Thank you, computer. Come on. Is it just one S? Nope, of course. It's just terrible. Someone spell Cassandra for me. Oh, my God. Looking so professional here.
CASSANDRA.
There it is. There it is. It's. There we go. You know what? Well, I like K's better. Yeah, there you go. We'll just see it. It's very vampire. Just switching it up. Sorry about that, everybody. This is me. This is what happens when my players decide to drop last minute things on them. Is that I have to frantically get it together. So we will meet Cassandra. And just to tell everybody else for not watching, we have just got, this is a private meeting, so we only can see myself, Maya, and Cassandra. Your meeting, Cassandra, you have been reached out by some of your handlers in the Black Hand, violating 40 years of your deep covert work within the Camarilla, posing as Wilhelmina. Where would you want to meet? Where would you meet? Where would you feel safe?
I would feel safe. Probably. You know what? I'm going to lean into cliche. We're in an abandoned warehouse. A limo pulls up and into the warehouse.
Gotcha. I like it.
The door opens. No one gets out.
If there's one major criticism yet applause we can give to Vampire the Masquerade is its attachment to cliches, but sometimes they exist for a reason. This we're going to say it's a smaller limo. It's just a fancy car We don't want to draw too much attention. Wilhelmina. So you do arrive, open the door, and there's, of course, that single one light that illuminates the center of the warehouse. Boxes stacked to the left and right. You step out. In front of you is who you believe is Maya, an agent of the Black Hand who is part of the Sabbat and the Shadow Kings, in the name of their pack. They have reached out to you. Maya, you have reached out to them. I will let you roleplay.
Sorry to put you on such short notice. You seem upset.
Upset is a very light term. You are endangering my mission, and I don't appreciate it.
You could have refused, however.
The Dominion won't let me refuse.
Ah. Well, did the Dominion tell you why you were needed?
Just that I was needed.
So, there's several things. I'll make this short for you so you can go back to your cover, whatever that was. We'll start with where you were when, what was her name? Nova's sire.
You know what? I'm sitting here, I'm trying to remember their name as well. Just refer to them as Nova Sire while I look it up in the notes real fast.
Nova's sire, who was executed, well, allegedly executed, brought to the back and quietly done away with because of some form of conviction of betrayal.
Yes. I vaguely remember
Lucille.
Lucille.
Lucille was of great interest to me.
Why so?
Tell me why it interests you first.
We went to her haven, we have her child, and we found several very important artifacts for Nodist, including a copy of the Book of Nod. And I was wondering, what was she convicted of? And also, how is she related to the fragment?
She was convicted of, I think it was being a traitor, right?
So, see, this is
Asking me all the hard questions.
You give your NPC cast notes, but you never know exactly what the players are going to ask them. So, of course, we didn't have that one. That being said, Cassandra. The prince has been relatively close-lipped on the exact reasons for Lucille's final death. The rumors around it are some sort of suspicion of infernalism or any other sedition against the crown. It's been purposely left vague.
There's not a clear story. There's too many things floating around, and the prince prefers not to answer direct questions.
Of course, so that means he's hiding something. Great. Always. Well, that's not surprising either.
We always hide something.
Of course. Because for some reason, her child has been attached to talk of the fragment. So I would assume that her sire would know even more about it, and possibly that is the reason why she was taken out.
The fragment is of interest to me as well. That is part of the reason why I'm here. Finding out the fragment, figuring out what it does, why it's so important, and honestly, how we can use it. What it is, I don't know.
Well, the Inquisition is also after it, if that's of any interest to you. So that will possibly be an entire obstacle later on.
I'll make you a deal.
Go on.
You tell me what the Inquisition is up to, and I'll tell you what I know about the fragment. The real juicy stuff.
It's a very fair trade. Mind, it would also require me meeting you again, and do you prefer a different kind of correspondence?
I will let you know when I want to meet, if I want to meet.
Very well. Now, second thing, the Reckoner is someone who I am looking for in order to deliver a message from my sire. Do you know anything about him? Them?
Yes. They are very powerful. Banu Hakim. Believe an elder. Not exactly friendly, kind of terrifying, really, but aren't they all?
As we all.
Let's see, if I recall correctly, something about hating the Tremere, having a very strong bone to pick with them, and a certain Toreador.
A certain Toreador.
A certain Toreador. Names are hard.
Understandable. Now, you've never met them, you only heard of them, yes?
I've never met them. Usually if you meet them, you die. Unless you're an ally, of course. That being said, I have met a friend of a friend.
And who is this friend of a friend?
Another Black Hand member, codenamed De Winters. Heard of him?
Yes, vaguely.
Yeah.
In
An
passing.
old associate. Might be able to help with that.
Do you know where I can locate him?
I could set up a meeting, but I've been with the Camarilla so long, so you know how this works. Let's do favors.
Of course.
Fair?
Whatever you need.
Sounds good. I'll contact them, let them know to reach out. Do you have a preferred contact method? Or just let it go back up, down the line?
I like just kind of popping up in people's havens personally, but that's why I asked you what you would like. I don't think you would
Noted.
enjoy that.
Yeah.
I
Do
mean, it'd
not
be the
show
most
up at
secure
mine.
location.
We will see. I'll talk to De Winters and see what they prefer.
Very well.
Now, as for my end of the bargain earlier, if you're interested in the fragments, I might know where it will be. Collector goes by the name Dante. He's supposed to bring it to court on Sunday. Should be very
Interesting.
Mhm. A lot of people in the court are interested in it, so you're going to have a very fun time.
How
Assuming
likely
they're
is it
trying
to
to
turn
take the
into
piece.
a massacre? Over. Well, no, you're all very polite.
Let me put it to you this way. If you risk my cover being blown anymore, I can promise you, by the Dark Father, that we will not have a good time together.
Of course. I wouldn't mean to mess up your decades of work.
For decades. So you can understand why this is very important to me.
Of course. I'll do everything I can to protect your interests.
Fair. Fair.
Is there anything else you need from me for taking your time?
No, for the time being, I think everything is in order. I'll call in my favor and you will deliver me the information on the Inquisition.
That I will. Thank you very
Which
much.
sounds good. But you know what? I like you. So I'll give you a small gift. And I will go up to Maya and put my hand on their cheek. Eyes kind of glaze over. And just kind of, for a moment, there's just silence. I see one dead child in the arms of a singer, and its murderers far above them. The singer plays a terrible requiem on a piano made of blood and bone. You too can hear the song through the pain and your tears. I see this misery begetting a spirit of vengeance, and it does not see the horrors itself inflicts on others. Finally, I see a star in the blackened sky that guides the singer, guides vengeance, and others to a black chest. A secret so terrible that poisons the minds of all who know it. What thought can be so dangerous? I wonder. What will you do?
What will you do? Indeed. Any last questions for the Black Hand Agent Maya? No.
Slightly freaked out.
Gotcha. Slip
Let
it.
it go
Excellent.
now.
There we
Thank
go.
you.
We're going to go ahead. Okay. Thank you, Cassandra, for imparting this cryptic warning upon the pack. So, and with that, we will return to the haven, to the old Victorian home, as it were, where all of you will be staying. Or all of you have been staying. If you haven't been following the stream, I have transitioned over. You are all back. Cassandra is not with us now. We will say it is you return home that night, Maya. And it is a cold return. And everyone will quickly take their leave and sleep until the sun sets again. And with that, we're going to go ahead and figure out what everybody's hunger is before we get into it. I did get a private message from one of the players in regards to Maya's connection to the Black Hand and what is known. You all know that Maya's in the Black Hand, but you don't ask members of the Black Hand to say that. Like, it's just... Canaanites that do that tend to not live very long. So, yeah.
Fight Club rules.
Yeah, Fight Club rules. Everyone knows Maya's in the Black Hand, but no one says that Maya's in the Black Hands. So that's just while we're doing that. Okay, I'm just going to write everyone's hunger down real quick and just write names. I cannot. I almost
Her
shortened
hands are
Lillian.
only black if she's cleaning up after Zool.
I was almost shorthanded Lillian's name to Lily, and I'm like, no, I'm going to get so confused if that happens. I cannot do that. And then Lydia. Okay, let's go ahead and roll. All right, everyone's starting at minimum hunger 1. Darcy, you are at hunger 1. Lillian, you are at hunger 1. I'm just rolling really good for people here. Hunger 1. Man, you guys just, in your anger, everyone just decided... No, okay, everyone's at hunger 1. You all did amazing. I did not roll below an 8 for any of you. Let's hope that luck holds when we actually get to... Let me get to the... As I'm saying that, I was like, there's a dice bot we have ready for those bigger dice rolls. Ready to go. Okay. There we are. So... Third Trickster by Kane. Everyone is looking amazing tonight. Thank you, Third Trickster. That being said, this is very common for all of us. We all are extra and all looking amazing. I think I'm the one who looks the most boring out of the entire group. That's for sure. Well, I mean, just in regards to interest. Like, everyone says interesting outfit on. I have eye makeup and a tie. You know, until I gotta switch into something else. But today I think is a light costume day for me. But stick around. I'll probably change that as we go on. So the sun has set. All of you wake up. Most of you know that you will be meeting the Inquisition at midnight. And you have all learned a few additional things about each other in regards to Lydia's extracurricular activities. Oh, that totally spaced on me. Before we go, we're going to have a scene with Nova. Totally forgot that. That's okay. We'll have that as you're getting ready and look into a mirror and something creepy happens. We've learned also that Mother Lillian's some things going on within her clan, and Darcy has been keeping some information from the rest of the pack. So let's go ahead and... Sorry, got an ear itch. There we go. Let's go ahead and get started. However, Nova, we have a fun little thing for you. The sun has set. Everyone's getting up. It is. Oh, sorry. If you live anywhere near where I live, your phone's about ready to go off with an Amber Alert.
Mine just did.
Yeah. So hold on here. I'm trying to. Okay, cool. Sorry, it just started vibrating, and then my hand starts vibrating from my watch. The sun goes down, you awaken. You stumble out of your bed. As the longer you're with the Sabbat, you wake up more sluggish in the morning, or in the evening. It's a strange feeling. You may barely remember someone once chiding you in regards to the more you detach yourself from humanity, the harder it is to keep moving. And that the really ancient vampires, or those that give up on their humanity, sleep deeply and soundly, sometimes to the point that they don't wake up for centuries. Now, that being said, you're not that tired, but just a little bit more lethargic. You drag yourself over to the mirror. Someone as stunning as you, it still takes a little bit of effort. But when you look in the mirror, you see someone behind you, a hooded figure. And when you turn around, of course, the world around you is this black, shadowy void, and the only light is around this hooded figure holding
the guy
something.
with the babies?
Oh, yes, totally has the baby in the hand, yes. So what do you do now that you see this?
What do I do?
I can keep going. If you just like stand there in shock, we can. That can be an answer.
It'd probably be something along the lines of like she'll look at me and be like, "I know you."
The hooded figure, the hood moves up, but you don't get to see into the hood. You don't see the face, and you hear faint sounds above you. A whoosh, whoosh, almost sounds like large wings flapping back and forth.
My eyes are locked on this dude.
And with that, the hooded figure kind of lets go of this child that just crumbles to ash in its hand. And behind this figure, two other figures appear, very similar in silhouette. But the floor that was once kind of just this black void now becomes rocks. And you will hear a very creepy thud behind you.
How maneuverable are these rocks?
It's more, the way I think, it's like more like just chunky
Like
gravel.
cobblestone?
Yeah, it's like chunky gravel. Like you could move these things. This is kind of, it makes you feel like a cave, actually.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to maneuver myself to so keep these people in my peripheral, but still be able to see what just landed behind me.
You see, there's a difference between a child and like a child. You see someone, a child that is no doubt probably in the anywhere between the age of 10 and maybe 14. It has, yeah. Well, I mean, but it's kind of featureless right now. You're seeing more shadows than anything else. However, dressed in it's this muted white, just like a tunic. This child will pick itself off the ground, broken and bloodied. Its eyes are completely gone, and it has cracks on its skin. It will look in horror at you and the three figures. And then it will lash out and scream and head towards the central figure, the one that originally had the child. Do you do anything?
No.
No?
No, I wouldn't know what to do. Like, do I restrain this child? Do I help it? Like, I let it happen for now.
You definitely have this feeling that you're in metaphoric space, and this isn't depicting anything that's actually happening in any sense of linear time. This child lashes out. The central figure, not in a martial arts way, but does some people have moved around here. Oop. That's okay. Give me just 1 second, everybody, as I try to fix everyone. Boom. I think we may have it. No, we don't yet. Boom. Boom. Yeah, got everybody fixed. Sorry about that. There you go. It's what happens when a camera glitches. I gotta remove everything. Anyway. The central figure will parry. Like I said, not in a martial arts way, just more of stopping a child from lashing out. But as each swing happens, this child seems to become more and more proficient by its moves. At first, it is just this, just a wild swing, and then with each one becomes more precise. But it can never quite hit the central figure. And that child will let out this rage of a scream. And now you will find yourself alone in that void again with the central figure as it stares at you.
Did you deserve it?
It will walk towards you and say, "This is not for you to see."
But I'm seeing it anyways. So clearly I was meant to. Maybe not by your design, but by someone's.
By someone's. You are not meant to see this. Wake up. And at that moment, you do. You kind of then see into the mirror as you've been frozen for a minute, and you go to say one thing. You go to say that name that you've seen scribbled in glyphs, but you catch yourself at the last moment, but you let out just a syllable and stop the rest. So what do you do, Nova?
Do I retain the memory of the name that I was going to say?
So when you guys see the name written, it is this compulsion to say it. It's not necessarily that you know how to say it yet. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. But
it's like a Tourette's thing. Well, you go to begin. So it doesn't work like that. That's thinking like Euclidean, and like this is some sort of thing. And when you say it, it kind of makes it real. So there's not really a way to kind of say that, if I'm making any sense. But you go to pronounce, you do get as, like A-Z, like that sound out, but you catch the rest. Unless you want to voluntarily say the name out loud. But everyone has told, well, you've heard that is bad.
Yeah, no one's told me anything. I have a dot in the cult.
Okay. This totally makes you an expert at evil
Totally
things.
makes sense.
Yeah.
No, I'm wondering if I can piece together if this is something, because from what I've seen, the Sabbat is based around Catholicism. So I'm wondering if I can piece this together. Is this something related to Catholicism? Is this something related to demons, or is this something completely separate? Because as very reminiscent of demons, and one dot in occult would let me know that.
Gotcha. Hold on. I'm missing somebody's sheet up here, right? Yeah, hold on. So that being said, real quick, well, we're going to go ahead and have you roll that. You know where the dice spot is.
Yeah, I have my dice in front of me just because
Oh,
my
wow.
setup's a little weird.
There we go. Incidentally, the one character sheet I was missing being loaded up was yours. So there we are.
Love that.
Hey, problem solved now. Go ahead, give me an intelligence plus occult check. The difficulty, though, is going to be...
I only have 3 dice to roll for this.
Yeah, difficulty is going to be 2. Actually, but the higher the margin, the more clear information you get.
A skull, and that's it.
Oh, yes, you dramatically failed. Dun, dun, dun. Yes. Yes, dramatic failures. So, quick lesson about V5, everyone. When you have a dramatic failure, so in order to have a dramatic failure in the system, you have to get no successes and a 1 on your hunger dice, which will appear as the skull on the Vampire the Masquerade official dice. That's when compulsions come into play. And we're going to look up some fun compulsions real quick. Let me check something here. So you're not going to get any... So we're going to look up... We're going to...
Compulsion.
I'm thinking that, but I might switch it up. So I'm not promising that, Rachel, but let's go look up your... Let's go look up your notes that I have on the Discord. Why do I not see anything here? Is mine not working here? Or did I just... Yours isn't the only one was yours not the one I copied down because I was a butthead? Seems like I was. Okay, let's go look it up here. I just
went into the link you posted with all the sheets.
Yeah, so I also have a separate thing, and this is where I put everyone's dark secret. You're the only one without a dark secret because, you're still pretty new. So that being said, let's go look up the Toreador real quick. If not, we're going to go to the other compulsions clans. Who are the... Yeah. Okay, no, wait, that only has their Bane. So I gotta go to the compulsion section, which should be... hopefully very, very soon.
Yeah, something in my brain is saying perfection, but I'm pretty sure that's Tremere.
Alright, so here we are. So the random compulsions, which I could roll for, are hunger, dominance, harm, paranoia, or clan compulsion. I'm going to check your clan compulsion, see if I really like it. If not, we're just going to roll. Because, I like all of those when you're about ready to have a big, important meeting with your pack about this crazy thing. We're going to go meet the Inquisitor, and I would love for you to have, domination. Like, no, everyone's going to listen to me now. Toreador, obsession. Enraptured by beauty, the vampire becomes temporarily obsessed with a singular gorgeous thing, able to think of nothing. Pick a feature. Oh, that could be so cool, but we're going to roll. If you roll that, though, I'm going to have some fun with you.
So I have my die. So I'm just going to
You have your die. Go ahead and roll. Yeah, let's do it. Big money, big money.
3.
3. Ladies and gentlemen, when you roll a 3 for random compulsions, you get hunger. The archetypal compulsion of hunger is vampire's thoughts are exorbitantly stray towards the rush of sinking their fangs into prey and hot blood washing over their tongue. The vampire will do anything to slake their hunger, whether that means violence, subterfuge, or outright begging. They perform any action not immediately conducive to feeding at a 2 dice penalty to their pools. This compulsion ends when the vampire slakes at least 1 hunger. Here's the fun part. You only have 1 hunger, so to get to hunger 0, you're either going to have to get hungrier, or you're going to have to kill someone, or drink from a vampire. So all of this sounds like great drama. So upon looking into the mirror, having that flash, you think back, where have I heard this thing about names? But, oh, you remember, in your defense, you were a glass blower and a dancer. Did you pay attention during that world religions class? Oh, not enough. And as you're racking your brain, the beast, which has now become even closer to your actual psyche, doesn't let you think on such petty and mundane things. No, you are a monster now, Nova. No. It's time to feed. That's how you'll feel better. You don't have to worry about this deep, dark secrets or plans of whatever's happening to you. Blood will make you feel better. Only blood. That being said, there's a knock at your door. And
What?
Who wants to be the one who's knocking at the door? Oh, it's Mother, of course. All right, go ahead, Mother. You're knocking at the door for the meeting, and let's go have some fun role play. Have at.
Yeah.
Nova, darling.
Yes. What? Yes.
What's wrong?
I'm fucking hungry.
You're hungry.
I'm hungry. So can we get this moving, please? I'm hungry. I need to eat. I need to eat something. I just need to eat something right now.
I suppose, yes. We can find you something to take a bite of if you absolutely have to have a bite of something
Yes, right now.
though.
Right now. No. I want a person. I want a person.
So that being said, they just offered you your vitae, and you were hungry. You're going to make a resolve plus composure check.
I'm not good at those.
Yay! Oh no. Resolve plus composure, I believe, though, at your humanity, you get a +1 dice to that, though.
I include my hunger.
Yes, your hunger is included on every roll, because you could dramatically fail as well.
Just one success.
One success. Right now I'm going to keep increasing.
Spend a willpower.
No, we're going to keep that. That succeeds. But each time you're presented with additional opportunities to feed that you resist, I'm going to keep up in that difficulty. So the first time, no, but we'll see what happens. Okay,
No.
Continue.
Thank you. I want a fucking person. I want a person. I want warm.
You want what you want.
Yes.
I understand. We'll gather everyone else and get going. I'll make sure that we stop somewhere and get you a bite.
Thank you.
Well, I'm kind of curious what that gathering everyone up to go get Nova something to eat will look like. Let's go ahead and keep role-playing that, if you guys don't mind. All right,
Mother is going to just knock on Maya's door now, or Lily's door. Because Maya always stays in the middle room.
My door. You said my door? Yep. Oh, okay, sorry. It cut out. I open the door. Are we ready to go?
Yes.
All right then. Darcy!
Mother's going to go over and knock on his door.
I'll open the door. Of course, the smell of salt water wash out. The wet towel hanging over his shoulder, he'll throw in the corner. Are we ready?
Yes. Nova's hungry. She needs a bite. Maya, you joining us today?
I thought you all ate yesterday.
I need food.
Watch your tone. I thought you all ate yesterday.
We did.
The youngin must be starving.
Nova, is there something else amiss?
I'm hungry.
Why?
Because I'm fucking hungry. That's what we are, is it not? We're hunger. That's all we are. So I just need to eat something.
The thirst is not us, child. It is a part of us, but it is not us.
Listen, we can't have fidgeting like a bag full of rattlesnakes. Let's just pick something up on the way.
Thank you.
All right.
So, am I to understand correctly? It sounds like the plan is we're going to stop off, get a bite to eat, and then head to meet the Inquisition. Is that the plan?
I do believe so.
All
Sounds
right.
like-
All right. So, where is that? Oh, you know what? Never mind. It's fine. It's fine. I'll just do it the old-fashioned way. Give me one quick second.
I have a good insert while you do that.
Go ahead.
There
There
we
you go.
Where are we going?
We're going to meet someone very important. There's an Inquisitor that was requesting our presence.
For
Darcy's been lying to us, Maya.
Oh, don't be so damn dramatic. It's not like that.
Very much so was.
what? Lying about what?
Me!
Ah,
I'm going to let you guys roleplay for a hot second. I'm going to step off and grab something. So keep it up and don't blow up the stream while I'm gone.
All right. Sounds like we got some grievances we need to air, so go ahead. What do we need to talk about?
Well, you're the one with the secrets, Darcy.
Yeah, I got some secrets. But if I'm not mistaken, so do you. Hell, so does Lily. I'm pretty sure Maya's even got one. But you want to know what? It ain't none of my damn business to be digging around in what you do in your off time. That's your business. I have never once put this path in danger without your full knowledge and consent of such. We all got secrets. We all got skeletons in our closets. We got things that come down and look for us from time to time. And you want to know what? We deal with that the best we can. I've never wanted to involve you in problems that are my problems. I want to take care of my own.
My
That was-
secrets have never gotten the Inquisition called on us, Darcy.
that was very maximum the somber speech there, diverting blame. What exactly were you hiding about Nova?
Oh, apparently, finding you is not a random accident. No, super planned.
Okay.
That's not 100% accurate.
Okay, go on, Darcy.
We were there looking for something or someone. I didn't know it was her. But this was not just a ding-dong ditch.
What were you looking for her for, or someone like her for?
I got an Inquisitor that's got my head in vice right now.
So are we just reporting back to him information that you already have, or is this for a conviction? This is very important.
Don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
I've only met this Inquisitor once before, and he made it eminently clear that I'm on a very short leash.
Why are you on a very short leash?
I don't have a good lineage.
And that means
Go on.
My- Was accused of heresy.
I see.
I don't know what that means.
Well, you got taboos in the Camry, don't you? Things you don't supposed to do. Things you ain't supposed to talk about. We got those here too. They're a little different.
and who
But they-
exactly is the pack?
I'm sorry, say again?
Who exactly is this not so good lineage?
My sire was accused of heresy. And of course, the sins of the father, or in this case, mother, became my sins. Now, the Inquisitor can't get my sire. He got a whole handful of my balls, and he's starting to squeeze.
What exactly was the heresy? Because there are different categories of it and different severities.
It's not exactly heresy, but it's certainly skirting the line, and it's enough that this Inquisitor's got me between a rock and a hard place. Do we have to talk about this anymore?
So because this is a pact that I am in, this may turn into a giant political issue because I am a part of a pact that may have a child of a infernalist or a Lilith worshiper or any of the other types of heresy that there are. So if he speaks to me at all about anything, it could become a thing. So I just feel the need that you need to be open.
Path of Night, all right? My sire and all my brood except for me.
Oh. Okay, that's easier to handle then.
Yeah.
That's significantly easier to handle.
That's something that I am very proud of sharing with anybody.
So for our audience here, the Path of the Night, if you're unfamiliar with, at least according to V20 and 3rd edition, is essentially like this idea, this kind of very Catholic-like in their mindset that they believe they are actually damned by God, and it is their ordained purpose to be demons in the night so that people run home and grab their Bible and pray that they don't run into the monsters. The problem is, at least in the Sabbat, that tends to turn them into kind of nihilists and anarchists, that they don't accept authority because God has appointed them as monsters. There's nothing quote-unquote above them / below them. They're the jailers of hell. It's really hard trying to mount a war against the Camarilla when you have these guys. So that is the Path of Night is accepted, but no one really likes the people that do that, especially after Cardinal Mansare dies, but we're not worried about that right now. So, just for context, in case you were a little confused about that, if you knew all about it, cool. That being said, I will let you guys get back to it. Nova, though, all this talking.
So there you are. That's everything.
Well, that's not everything, but it's enough.
All right.
So all of our sires sucked. Can I eat now?
Certainly.
Oh, I fucking strangled her.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay, so where are we stopping off? Where does Nova want to get her snack? Or rather, where does everybody take Nova to get her snack?
I am not leading the pack right now.
Where are we going to meet the Inquisitor?
Ooh, let me think here. What sounds... you know what? I'm going to be super cliche. It is going to be a really old cemetery just near this large kind of mausoleum. Why not? Why not?
Closest club to there that's not in anyone's immediate territory?
Is it in anyone's territory? Not necessarily.
No, I'm saying the closest club to there is where we're going to stop that is not in anyone's immediate territory.
I got you now. There you go. Okay, so we're going to stop off at the club. The music's pulsing. That being said, while this is, this could be a scene for everyone, it's also probably not the night in which many of you have a great deal of patience. Nova, what do you do? Since you're the hungry one.
I don't actually want to go in.
I'm sure there are people.
Is there like
go in?
Is there like an alleyway where there are like douchebags smoking?
Absolutely. That's it. Those come standard.
Cool. How many are in there?
Let's see here. I'm just gonna say there's two guys out there. They're just kind of ones on each side of like the other. So there's one building, then there's the others. They're sitting there kind of talking to each other.
Okay.
So.
Walk up to them. All goes up. I look at one of them. I'm like, super lost my ID. Really embarrassing. But do you think that you could go in and just like get me a drink or something?
Okay, give me a manipulation plus persuasion check, please. Or if you feel there's another skill that I'm not utilizing here.
Manipulation. My persuasion. And how many do I add because I'm quote unquote stunning?
You will add 2 dice because you are quote unquote stunning.
Maya's watching, judging.
That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes. Nope. Wait.
Well, this guy, yes, like before he's like, yeah, on it. Like he doesn't even, yeah, like he is thoroughly convinced. The more he placates you, the better his night's gonna go. Thus, leaving his friend here alone.
I eat him. I kill him.
Okay, you just go for it.
Yeah.
I love it. You're just blitz
I'm
attack.
hungry.
Yeah.
I want food.
All right, so she just jumps on top of him. Real quick, I want you to roll for me anyway. Just go ahead and roll strength plus brawl. I just want to see. This is just your. I mean, he's 1 success. If you get, I just want to see what it looks like.
Do I add my hunger with this one?
You do have a hunger dice, yes. You don't add it. You replace. Yeah, you get.
Yeah. Sorry. What I mean to say is, do I include it?
Yeah, I got it. Yeah. I knew you knew what I was saying, and I knew what you were saying.
1 success.
1 success. That's enough. I wanted to see if you did really awesome or like botched and like ran into the wall or something. That was all I was looking for. Is just I wanted it to go, but that being said, it getting worse only makes it more fun. So you just jump on this dude, pounce him, and you drain him dry. Let's go ahead and roll here and see if he has any particular strong resonance. As I just like throw my dice over my computer and everything. Okay, let's try that again and keep it where I am. All right, let me check the books to see if we've got a randomly high resonance. Let's see here. Random temperament. Oh, this is for the... it is intense, potentially acute. Roll. Oh, no, wait. No, I got 8. It's fleeting. Never mind. So then we're going to roll for what this guy was feeling. 7. Choleric.
Ooh,
So...
do I get a point of potence for that? That's only if I'm thin blood.
Yeah, only if you're thin-blooded. But it's also it's fleeting, so it's affecting the taste. So let's take a look up here and see here. Gotcha. This is so you're definitely you can taste this is weird to say, but this blood tastes like blood. But I mean like blood in your mouth after you've just got punched. Kind of thing. Like that kind of sting and that metallic taste. And the kind of anger you get from that as you've been, in a way, I don't want to say disrespected, but betrayed by someone that you trust, as if you've been struck across the face by them. But that feeling as you stand over this dead body and pull your fangs away, it goes away. And it doesn't necessarily stick with you, but that's what you tasted. But now you have a body. Are you leaving it there?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, all right. We're totally...
I walk back to the car. Awe is gone.
Gotcha. So what
I'm back in the car.
You're gaining a stain, but I'll worry about the details of all that later, rather than right now.
Ember, you're muted.
Yes, Ember, are you talking? You're...
I was gonna have Zool fetch it. We don't want to leave any trash behind.
All right, there you go. I like that. Zool runs over and just like drags the body out. Why a stain? Rookie IN or rookie JNR says. So since someone asked me, I'm gonna go ahead and answer that. Let me go to my streaming notes here. So our chronicle tenets are those who have wronged you should be punished. Those who have backed you should be protected. Believe in something other than yourself. And the truly innocent should not be made subject to your evil. That being said, killing is just especially that was a cold-blooded kill. that is something that I'm at least going to give you 1 stain for. Another reason to answer your question, Rookie, the overall theme of Vengeance in Vaulderie, especially in regards to Nova. Nova is in the way I am naively assuming that maybe my audience is not familiar with the Sabbat. What does the Sabbat look like to someone who's new to it? And that's who Nova is. So Nova really has more of the Camarilla mindset and is transitioning to the Sabbat mindset, which tends to mean the loss of humanity, as it were. We're using the 5th edition rules, so it's a little nebulous on how it applies, but I feel it's very appropriate for Nova to get a stain, because I think this is the first time she's really acting like a Sabbat Cainite and not a kindred. So, while if you were at my table, or if Nova, we were at, like, just... Because I think Nova agrees with me as a player, like, that probably makes sense. If they disagreed, they could maybe defend with one of their convictions. But that being said, I feel like Nova and I, we're in agreement. That's at least a stain. It's part of the kind of character.
Who knows if he wasn't a complete bastard?
Yeah, you have the Darcy school of thought. Yeah, clearly this guy, had to be, he had to be a bad guy. That being said, Rookie, very good question. No, don't. You guys are here watching with us. Go ahead and ask questions if I get a chance to answer. I try not to break the flow too much, but I would like to think that people watch this and then they go, oh, cool, that's how you play this game, or that's one way to do it. Sounds like a great thing. So if you got any more questions, go ahead, keep asking. We'll answer them if we can. So don't. Yeah, and then, or you could be like, Meerkat Art. Meerkat Art said, learning a thing tonight. So that being said, the pack will jump into the Jesus Chrysler and head off to the mausoleum. And looking at the time, ladies and gentlemen, this is the perfect time to call a break. And we'll be back in about 10 minutes, maybe a little bit more, because the Inquisitor is going to be in the house, and I have to do a lot of tech stuff to reset them up. So if you're hanging on just a little bit too long, I apologize. We'll be back in just a second. So that being said, stick around for more Vengeance in Vaulderie. So there were way too many buttons for me to press. Sorry about that. I was queuing up other sounds. Welcome back to Vengeance in Vaulderie. There we are. Oh, and I had a message typed in. This is what happens when I have to do all this stuff. Okay. Welcome back. The Sabbat pack is heading out towards the... Someone's crossing their fingers. Yes, Nova.
Layout got all...
We all jumbled up again? Okay. All right, well, let's...
We had another camera glitch.
All right. Did a camera glitch? Okay, let me see here.
Technology.
That means... Okay. Hold on here. I was here. You're over here. You're over here. Yep, we're going to get to... I accidentally, I think, revealed people.
We did the big reveal.
That's okay. Yeah. Oh, that's... Okay, Darcy needs to go down here. I need to go back here. All right, you know what? We're just gonna fade to black while I do this real quick. You all can still listen to me talk, but I'm tired of looking at this. All right, hey everybody. Well, we're all hiding in the black. Okay, let's see here. I'm here. Darcy's in the right space. Lillian and Nova need to switch, but Lydia's got to go over here. Boom. Okay. Now Nova's got to. Oh my God, this is just a little puzzle here while I'm trying to move all this around. Oh. Okay, so Maya and Lillian have to change. So Maya's got to go. I got to go back over here. You got to go back over there.
I'd be singing the Jeopardy theme.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, don't get us in any more trouble. All right. So now it's just... Okay, now I have our guest where I'm supposed to be. Gosh darn it, why do you guys all gonna make this so... No!
What did we do?
I don't know. Who turned off their camera?
It's all happening in the dark, so
yeah,
just imagine we're all in one room and it's just chaos, y'all.
All right, let me go check the other one. I hope the other one isn't jacked up. Oh, good, the other one's just fine. All right, there we go. Embarrassing. Okay, all right. Okay. Yes, you all saw nothing. Yes, sir. Anyway. Okay. Yes, we're
doing it live.
Yeah, let's everyone forget that dominate forgetful mind, and we're going to start like we're starting from the beginning. And I like how we have our highest viewership right now. There we go. Yeah, exactly. You all saw nothing. There we go. The pack is heading to the graves in the mausoleum to meet up with the Inquisitor. So, is there anything, any last minute things we want to do, Shadow Kings? Oh, I see Darcy. Oh, yes. What's the thing we want to do before we meet?
To do as we pull up and park before we go in, just kind of one last beat. So if anybody's got something else that you would like to do before that, please. If not, then we can just fast forward to that.
I think I'm good.
Do it while it's chewing on the body.
Please tell me that we can get that out of the upholstery.
Club soda, it's fine.
Glad you're feeling better. What I wouldn't give for being able to drink beer.
Further into the cemetery, you will see a very intimidating looking... Oh, yes, I'm sorry, Darcy.
Once we pull up and we get out, I'm going to turn the entire pack and give them a rousing pep talk.
All right. Ooh, I want to hear this rousing pep talk.
All right. Now, we may have our own issues, interpersonal as they may be within this pack, but that doesn't carry over to anybody outside this pack. Our problems are our problems, and we'll solve them our way. But we have to sit here together, at least for the next, however long this Inquisitor wants to take his time. We have to be a unified front. You might not be real happy with me, you might not like me right now, but by the Dark Father, you will respect me as the Duchess of this pack. Unless somebody wants to take a gander at taking the lead, in which case we can sort that out after this is over. But for right now, I don't want anybody asking any extemporaneous questions, blurting out any information. Certainly do not volunteer things that the Inquisitor does not ask for, and go into as little detail as possible. I don't trust the Inquisitors. I ain't a huge fan of the Black Hand either. But we got to play the game right now. Because this guy's got power. Both political, very fucking real. Are there any questions? Fantastic. Let's go. We're walking ourselves into a cliche right now. The irony's not lost on me.
Deeper into the graveyard, there is an overly threatening looking Cainite. It's almost like his entire job is to look threatening. When you approach, he will gesture with his chin to where you will go. There is obviously, like I said, overly ostentatious mausoleum. There's candles lit, and this scene is set. For those of you that have any, I would say all of us have a nose for the theatrics. The Inquisitor is going out of their way to be as intimidating, but also creepily inviting as possible. So with that, let me cue up the music. And this one I might have to turn up a little bit.
Lillian's gonna turn and just offer Nova her hand.
We'll see if we can hear
Not
it.
gonna be rude. She's gonna take it, but she doesn't exactly look like she's happy to be coddled.
And the Inquisitor will step out from behind the mausoleum. I would have loved for this to have been an awesome reveal before our switcheroos, but it is what it is. Inquisitor, I will let you take the lead.
I do appreciate you and your pack being punctual, Darcy.
Well, we do aim to please. And to what do we owe this honor?
I would imagine that you know why I'm here. want to report.
We have
I only have so much patience.
we've made some headway. We found
Yes.
we have in our possession what would you call it? A taxidermy of sorts given to us by a Zimisi, who was shall we say a little deep in her own mind. Tore it off her own back, in fact. Covered in arcane symbols and symbology well, me and my kin here couldn't even possibly fathom. But the portents that she told us, as she tore it from her own flesh, she speaks of something big, something bad, and it's headed right here. As
Something big, bad, and headed right here.
Listen, I am not one to pick apart the ravings of a madman, but she was decidedly vague. As for the particular item you've asked me to locate, I can't help but feel like this is somehow related to that, although the connection does not immediately make itself clear. Also, I can say with 100% assuredness that there's somebody else out there, can't say rightly who, probably a few different groups if I'm as live as I am, but I don't think anybody's got any real clear headway quite yet.
Mr. Darcy, I grow impatient. I believe that I tasked you with something fairly simple, and that was to retrieve the fragment for me. I believe that I stressed to you its importance. Did I not?
Well, unfortunately...
And instead, as far as I know, you have dragged your heels until the one whose possession I believed it to be in has been destroyed, and have since been playing around, playing Papa to a fledgling.
I apologize, Inquisitor. Antiquing was never my strong suit.
I would have thought for someone with your aspirations that a simple errand would be well within your capabilities.
You grace us with your patience and your understanding, Inquisitor. We have...
They're running very, very thin right now.
I understand you 100%. We have recently started working with our newest recruit. I don't think she's hiding anything from us, but I think she knows something that perhaps she's not aware of. Unfortunately, these things push her too hard, we could break her, and that is not my intent. I would never harm another potential member of the Brotherhood of the Sword.
No, of course you wouldn't. You're not like the rest of your bloodline. I do give you that much credit. And I won't ask you to break her. It shouldn't be necessary.
Well, I think Mama's sweet ministrations and an awakening of her beast might do well to shake a thing or two loose with someone. I mean, Mama's taking quite a shine to her, teaching her all the ways, teaching her what the right are, about pain, about all of the glories of the freedom of the spot. And she's made surprisingly good progress. By even this evening, she fed with some efficient ruthlessness.
Oh,
She takes quite well. I think once we get the leash off of that, she'll take to it just like a duck to water.
tell me a lesson that you've learned, young one. Nova, I believe your name is, if my intelligence serves me correctly.
Yes.
Tell me something you've learned in your nights.
Well, we're monsters, but in a unique way. And some try to hide it, like the Camarilla, and others embrace it, like the Sabbat. And rather than the tales of the frothing at the mouth and the wanton ridiculousness that the Camarilla feeds, from what I can see, and this might be a very confusing phrase, but from what I have seen, the Sabbat are the better monsters.
We are honest monsters, if nothing else.
Inquisitor, if you don't mind enunciating and speaking just a little louder, please. Thank you.
We are honest monsters, if nothing else. Good. I was worried that I might end up hearing something about us being holy monsters out of you. It's good to see that that lesson hasn't been handed down.
I mean, is anything about us holy? This is the genuine question of confusion, because I don't know.
That is an excellent question. We are the descendants of Cain. The one above cursed us, turned his back on us. So no, we do not abide by their pathetic shells of morality. We don't cling to their what they call ethos anymore. We're above it. We're better than it. And we always will be. Still some learning to do, but you have done well. You said Mother was the one largely in charge of her education.
It takes a pack to raise a fledgling, not just me.
Excellent answer. Commendable. Mr. Darcy could learn a thing from the rest of you. Now, regarding the errand I have for you. To my knowledge, the fragment that I am looking for would have been in the collection of the one that sired your little wayward fledgling, your little bird. My intelligence tells me that it's going to auction soon. I would hope that collecting it wouldn't be too difficult.
Not at all, but an auction set up by whom?
By the Camarilla. Yes.
Do we know where?
I can provide the time, date, location. Of course. You'll leave with all of that. Acquisition, however, has been tasked to all of you. Well, specifically to Mr. Darcy. But unfortunately, you are, as his pack, all pulled into this one.
So Nova's going to lean over to Mother Lillian and whisper as quietly as she can, how often do dreams of our kind come true?
It depends on the dream, little one.
So if I had a dream about me killing the prince, wishful thinking or...
That's what you want.
He did try to kill me.
Well, I won't shed any tears for that.
Cool. Cool. Just a question.
Of course.
Well, with the offer of the gracious Inquisitor to provide us with all that information, I dare say that this shouldn't be too difficult at all. As a matter of fact, I think we could probably get in and out of there, and none will be the wiser.
I'd like to actually hear a plan from you this time, Mr. Darcy. Letting you go at your own without any oversight thus far has not yielded me any results. Take a few minutes to talk amongst yourselves. But I would like to hear what you have planned.
So Darcy will turn around and kind of bring everybody close. He uncharacteristically looks upset and uncomfortable at the same time. All right. I had tried my very best to keep his pack out of this, but apparently the road to hell and all that. So I'm open to suggestions.
So, we get a remote control car. We cause a distraction. It has some small grade explosives in it. And then we send in another one. And while they're distracted, we get the fragment. And we're good.
You know, I'm there with you about the distraction. The remote control car.
It's unexpected.
It's very specific. Is it from a movie?
I mean, partially Toy Story, but this time it has explosives.
Toy what?
It's a movie about where toys come to life.
Are we seriously talking about this right
Okay.
Is it not a good plan, though?
Yeah, suggestion.
Just a parade of remote control cars with low-grade explosives in them.
Okay, you're done. Next one. Now, the idea of a distraction is obviously beneficial. Not going to parade explosive cars down the middle of the street. I'm pretty sure the diocese would look down upon that. However,
I'm sending you a Facebook message.
if we can make them look left while we go right, get the fragment in, out, hopefully with as few casualties as possible. But I wonder if there's a way we could rope the barbed wire freaks into this to be our distraction.
So what we do is we get a human. We get a bunch of humans. We fleshcraft them to look like the prince. And then the barbed wire freaks put on a show.
They're not our allies. getting them to go along with a plan?
Well, I didn't say I was going to tell them the truth.
But yes, we'd have to figure out something to get them there.
Exactly.
That's believable.
If they can find the real prince, they get a prize.
Okay.
And
Why they care
and all
about
the
Camarilla
copies.
Prince.
All the copies are dominated to think they're the real prince.
I'm Spartacus. No, I'm Spartacus.
What we could do is make them think that they're going to find us here and to ambush us, take us out, unaware, while in reality, we're waiting for them to ambush, the Camarilla. They look left, we go right, snack chat fragment, home by sunrise.
Does anyone actually know what the fragment is? Or what it looks like? How big it is? Any of that information?
Adam, would I have seen that? Sorry about the road noise, if you can hear it. Adam, would I have seen the fragment in my sire's house?
So, without knowing, the fragment is an extremely vague pronoun.
Yeah.
So, you have seen a fragment, I'm sure, but the fragment that
Was there anything that was given like a particular, like a wide berth or a bit of reverence?
The Book of Nod, but that appears to be not what you're looking for.
Right. So nothing else.
Yeah, nothing armed with that knowledge, at least. But as you're sitting there thinking about it, like Lucille had a lot of cool stuff that you barely understood. You now understand a lot more of what you were sitting next to.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so
Is it going to be a private auction? Do we know that?
Those are questions
Oh.
to ask the Inquisitor since they have the information.
That opens up another possibility if it is, but she's absolutely right. Let's ask the questions. Our most prestigious Inquisitor, I have a few logistical questions, if I may.
Of course.
Do you have the dimensions or composition of the fragment? So I know whether I need to get whether I need to get a high-low or if I can just put it in my pocket.
It is unmistakable. However, as to its specific dimensions, no, I do not.
But saying that it is unmistakable implies that when I saw it, I would know that that is the fragment.
Yes, absolutely. Even someone as young as Nova there would be able to sense and feel what this is.
Is this a private auction? Do you need an invitation?
it's for the Camarilla. So whatever that means, and a lot of you don't have a lot of details about how the Camarilla operates.
As I understand it, it will be an auction that is only open to members of their sect. So I would assume that it is an auction being conducted either on one of the Camarilla's Elysiums or as one of their social gatherings. So do you need a specific and explicit invitation? No. But
If it's on
just
Elysium,
coming in, running and gunning, I can't say I would recommend.
Control cars.
well, and if it's an Elysium, that does put restrictions on what we can handle and what we can do.
Indeed.
What we need is either a contact within the Camarilla or a human as a patsy.
I mean, I might have an idea for you.
Open suggestions.
I do believe that you have someone in your midst here that until very recently has had herself a good little Camarilla education. Am I correct?
You are Inquisitor, but when her sire was condemned to die, she was to be ashed as well.
Her
Don't-
going. Sorry.
Go ahead, Lydia.
Her going in puts her in danger, and thus us in danger should they catch her.
What if I didn't have my face?
Precisely what I was going to say. You are learning quickly.
Thank you. See, why can't you be nice like him?
Oh, don't fall into that trap. I'll give you that one for free.
Well, that certainly is an idea.
Best one we've got so far. Well, I think we can do a combination of both of those and make it happen.
It gets her in the door, but how does that get her to the fragment and able to take it? That's the part that we have to figure out.
Well, it's an auction, right? So I just have to buy it.
I don't know if you've ever been to a canine auction before, but they're very rarely done in money, especially in the Camarilla.
So I go in, I locate the fragment, and then we said the fleet of RC cars strapped with explosives in, and I grab it and run. It's a good plan.
You're doing great, sweetie.
Who would expect it? Who would expect it? No one would expect it.
Nopa. Shh.
RC cars.
Yeah, stick.
Now I've heard it all.
Well, we have an idea for distraction. Classic feint. The exact nature of that is, and he looks right at Nova, still under consideration. But I very
Well,
much
I wouldn't suggest bombing in Elysium.
I would never dare violate an Elysium. There are some things that are sacred no matter where you are.
Exactly.
So if her face changed up and we send her in, she can scope on the relay information to us on the outside. We pop a distraction out somewhere away from where we need to get in. Best case scenario, we can sneak our way in, grab it, and be gone before anybody knows what's happening.
You're welcome, Mr. Darcy.
I beg your pardon?
You're welcome, Mr. Darcy.
Of course, Inquisitor. Thank you kindly.
And with the beginnings of a plan, the Inquisitor will dismiss you.
Before Cain, the Regent, and the Rat Tail.
May the blessings of the Dark Father follow you.
And back to your car, far from the earshot of the Inquisitor. You get into your Jesus Chrysler. And does anyone else have anything they wish to add now that you are out of earshot of the Inquisitor?
Darcy literally does this when he sits down.
Lydia will pat him on the thigh.
Nova's pouting.
It's court, by the way.
Well, congratulations, Nova. You met Judge Inquisitor of the Inquisition, and you survived. That is a unique feather in your cap, especially for someone who's not true Sabbat yet. Speaking of, I think we should redress that here quite soon. Not tonight, of course, and she does require some more education, but I'll tell you what, Nova. I don't maybe say this enough, but I'm proud of you. When the Inquisitor put you on the spot, you did the right thing. And probably kept my ass out of an urn tonight.
I agree.
So I know I don't say this enough for certain, but thank you. And I'm glad you're going to become one of us.
If she chooses to be.
She can't leave the Shadow Kings. Ain't nobody else got our style or cool.
It's still her choice.
That's fair.
Well,
Stupid.
you're welcome. And also, I have great ideas. I don't know what any of you are talking about.
RC cars, are you serious right now?
Yes. Who would ever expect it? Do you really think the Camarilla would know what to
Go,
do?
my minions,
go! If an army of RC cars came into Elysium and then started blowing up, do you really think that they would know what to do?
That doesn't even like to run if I sit in the driver's seat. What do you think's going to happen if I'm around a dozen RC cars?
So you won't be around them. You'll be leading the second charge and snatch and grab.
At some point, we'll use your idea, Nova. No worries.
For the barbed wire freaks. Yes.
Mayhaps. Another time, though.
Lydia, you have a question?
It just an out of character. I don't know the word. I have a friend.
Out of character, you do have a friend.
I mean, you have many friends out of character.
Yeah, we love you, Ty, but you know.
All right, Lydia has a friend that I think would be a really good distraction. I just don't know how to say that without yeah.
You're talking about your boy toy.
Well,
that would be great.
You did pick up some intel about werewolves. You could possibly know of some werewolves who could be incentivized to assist.
I think, you have yet to directly out yourself that your boyfriend is.
Doesn't have to say that. You just
yeah.
heard.
So yeah, I mean,
I think
if
the
you're looking
closest to know anything like that's me.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, back to the freaking of lupines, but I don't think anybody really made a connection because it was almost one of those things. It's like, of course she wouldn't do that. Are you serious? She's not a beast. She's not disgusting. She is a proper lady. She would never. And I take offense that you would even suggest that, sir.
Werewolf style is not her thing. Gotcha.
Oops.
So much fun.
So, do you have any ideas on how to bring that up, Lydia, or should we move on?
You could
always talk to Mother because she can make him look like something else too.
You could be very vague.
Until he goes into Kratos form.
I just feel like it's very suspicious if I'm like, I may have some intel on a possible.
I say, yeah. So
I'll
I say,
this. I don't want to meta too much about this, but I think you would tell from body language that Darcy is, he is running out of options, and he may be willing to be like, I didn't see anything. What's over there? I don't know. Hey, look at that. He might just be willing to ignore some shit because his ass is fine. You would be able to tell that.
Assuming that that Lydia is driving like usual, they will make it a good ways away from the cemetery because I think that I am very I mean, yes, probably scared of the Inquisition. And possibly getting that forever death. So you know, kind of closer to the house. Body language is kind of like I'm trying very hard to be like nonchalant about this.
Lydia, dear, what's going on?
Well, since everyone is sort of how do I word this without being too offensive?
Don't worry about offending us, darling.
Having their dealings on the side. I protect my own. And what I do to protect my own is my business. The less chance you have of getting hurt. That being said, if we're needing a distraction, I always get the name wrong. Is it the Black Spiral Dancers? Okay, yes. I might know someone who could donate a Black Spiral Dancer.
Beg your pardon?
What's that?
We'll talk about that here in a second, but this is a very serious conversation now, Nova.
Let the adults talk, sweetie.
Lydia, I don't want to know. I don't need to know. But if that was within your capabilities, I might have a spontaneous case of amnesia that night.
No one needs to know a thing. Just that we may have a good opportunity to get the fragment.
That would certainly be a distraction like no other.
I have many questions.
Oh, we all do.
Also, same.
I believe that it's probably none of our business right now.
Except
The less you know, the less you're culpable for knowing.
Exactly. If anyone's going to get in trouble, it will be me. The less you know, the more protected you are.
Now, don't get me wrong. We ain't going to let you hang out to dry. We're still a pack. We're still family. But
Yeah. Bring something.
I don't want to have to answer questions if I'm forced to do so.
you're going to probably have to answer questions if this goes up to the Inquisition and there's Black Spiral Dancers involved.
Well, if I don't know how they got there, it could have been just a terribly good coincidence, now couldn't it?
We cannot be the only ones that know about this auction.
Or about the fragment, for that matter.
And we're probably not the only Canaanites out there that have dealings that are less than savory.
Exactly.
I'll drop a hint to the barbed wire freaks. So they are definitely there. And they're to...
distraction as well.
Yes.
That's why I love you, girl.
All right, listening to this here, it sounds like his next episode is going to be very interesting, and we're going to have a lot to talk about between next week. So that being said, I think this is a good place to stop episode 5 of Vengeance in Vaulderie. Since we still have John here, we're going to go ahead and bring John back out, the Inquisitor. So thank you, everyone, for you're back on live, John, just in case you weren't watching. So I don't want you to...
No, I'm not.
Guys, just, yeah, you never know how that is. So, yes...
Episode. We should call it Rock in a Hard Place.
Rock in a Hard Place. I mean, I actually can change it, like, right now. I should probably do that.
It's a great name, actually.
Yeah, there we go. So I'll have to figure out... I don't know if we have a fancy naming convention over here. I don't know. Maybe I just... They gave me moderator rights. I can do whatever I want now.
The Monster Mash.
A monster. Well, it sounds like that's going to be next episode.
The Monster Smash.
Yeah. You're bringing in the barbed wire freaks to mess up Elysium with RC cars and a Black Spiral Dancer. And
Okay,
while
no,
you're
no,
there...
Clearly, your next episode needs to be called The Dukes of Hazzard.
Or
Now-
maybe Hold Me Closer, Black Spiral Dancer.
Hold me closer, Black Spiral Dancer. Yes.
God.
The other one, a few episodes back.
That's good.
What's
Well,
it
I hope...
cost?
I hope everyone had a good time tonight. I want to thank Jonathan for stopping by. to
for
play
having
the Inquisitor. Thank you. Incidentally, just a little backstage note, John was also actually going to originally also play Nova Sire, but couldn't commit. That being said, I think the
Could have
person
gone from being my grandpire to my papa.
Yeah, that being said, the player of Lucille knocked it out of the park. I think they did a great job. It's hard to do. It's hard to outsign you, John, but they did a great job on their own. I mean, it is. It's hard to outshine, but for not have streamed or really played with. Oh God, why is her name just left me? I was like,
The name Lana.
Lana, thank you, Lana. There we go. I was Lana. Lana, I've LARPed with.
Everything.
Yeah, I've played and LARPed with before, but not streamed with before, and kind of just dropped it on them. And man, they knocked it out of the park. Like I said, it's hard to. I'm not saying you couldn't have done well, Jonathan, but
no.
Wow, it's especially
I'm always glad to hear about it when somebody else gets an opportunity. So
it was
when I heard about that you got somebody that hadn't streamed before. I'm like, yes, everything worked out for the best.
Yeah, it did, and it's which I think would have been fun. You get enough stuff like, oh yes, now I'm the Inquisitor. Oh, no, but that would have been.
I do enjoy being an Inquisitor from time to time.
Yeah, so thank you for coming. Catherine logged off. We had her on earlier, and we want to thank Catherine Smallfry, originally from Sinners and Saints, here on TTRP Theater, for coming in and reprising their role as Wilhelmina, and also as actually a deep cover Black Hand agent. I almost said Black Spiral agent. Well, maybe we'll see. Why not? Why not?
If I can make the charge stick, why not?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I want to thank Catherine because it was a little behind the scenes. Tomy just sent me a message like, yeah, I feel like my character would go reach out to this like Malkavian oracle. And I was like, oh, so Catherine, what are you doing tomorrow? And Catherine was like, well, I'll be there. So that was me just throwing it together. So I want to thank Catherine for joining us at the beginning. That being said, if the Nova is going to be infiltrating the Camarilla, we may just have to bring back in the old Camarilla cast. So you guys will get to see them again next episode, hopefully. I think we're just going to go on. We were talking about having a kind of a break, get to know the cast kind of thing, but just looking at the timing and the scheduling, I think we're just going to power through the end of the season, and if we have time, we'll get everybody together. Maybe we can bring John and everybody back, and we'll just be a whole bunch of good times talking about our post-mortem for the show. That being said, we still have a couple episodes left. So thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight. I'm going to take a look at the chat. Let me see here.
Jonathan, Shadow Daddy?
Of course I will be.
Says Eric. Thank you, Ghetto Ricks. You guys are killing it. Great plot, great players. Great storyteller, great evolving costuming gear. Dope community. Thank you. If you guys want to chat with us, we're on the Discord. Come out there and say, oh, and I have a nice little fun announcement. I have my own Patreon in which I use to kind of reimburse cast for costume purchases and things like that. I got my first patron last night. Woo! That was really nice. Really cool, and they got like the super one that had like all this extra content. So now I have to come up with a bunch of extra content. So if you want to support us here just directly, or let's just talk about how you can support us. Real simple, cheap, easy way. Follow, hits, or if you have Prime Gaming, go ahead, subscribe to the channel. If you're watching us on YouTube, like and subscribe. Costs you nothing. What are other ways you can support us that might cost you a couple of bucks? Well, you could subscribe to the channel using Prime Gaming or hard-earned money if you'd like. Another way is you could go to TTRP Theater's Patreon and support them directly there. That helps kind of keep everything running. I encourage that, but if you want to support me and the cast and kind of everything that I do on other channels, you can go to my Patreon, look the Vampire Interpreter up. I have 3 different levels, and it's just a way. Right now my goal is just to kind of, I even say on there, I like really want to just pay these guys a couple of bucks. It ain't going to be much, but it'd be nice to, them to go out to, maybe a solid lunch, something like that, just to say thank you. Because in the end, this would be, we were talking behind the scenes that kind of what got it started on the extra costuming is when we brought John in for one of our Sabbat games to do virtual and just was completely dressed up. I think kind of started the idea of dressing up a little bit more on streams. And then, long story short,
I'm a LARPer, it's what I do.
Yeah, well, and we are too. That was the weird thing. We just never thought of it. And here we are also, guys, for those of us that have been with John, who's been with me the longest here amongst all this, it has almost been a year. In August, it'll have been a year since we started this stuff, and it's been a wild, wild year. And I want to thank everyone who's been watching us.
I have a goal. I want to be LA by Night's streaming game in like every conceivable fashion, because they do amazing costuming. They've got great.
You know, if we had their budget, we would totally do that as well. But our budget
find
is
us some sponsors.
Yeah, sweat and tears.
Yes.
So there's a couple ways you guys could support us. Thank you, everyone. There's several. Real quick, I just saw in there. There's a bunch of other content on this channel. There's SLA Industries, Downton Dreaming, I believe. Is it Heartland? No, it's not Heartland. It's Manhattan's here on Friday. A Place of Wrath and Tears. Star Trek Sagittarius. I will be popping on with my talk show again to review Legend of the Five Rings. So there's a lot of stuff here. So come back, watch us, hop on the Discord. That being said, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. So we will... as I like how I say things and then I'm like, I am totally not ready to hit the buttons. So there we go. Awesome. We will see all of you guys next week. And where is that button? So everyone, take care.